Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Mm. Tuesday of Passion Week. Tuesday of Passion Week was Jesus telling parables about the kingdom. Jesus speaks in story format. He's so great. He takes pictures from people's everyday world and meets them in that space by expanding on that picture into kingdom life. It's how I view the world too. I'm so blessed that he gave me a poet's mind, because not everybody can see the world like this. There were many that were confused by the parables. I've even heard people in modern days just tell us. Tell us what we need to know. Baby, he did. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Everything else is how to walk in the way. How to walk in the way. The way of love. The way of erring on compassion. If we're going to mess up, we're going to walk the narrow way. Look at the tabernacle we were talking about yesterday, the temple, where God created he imagined the temple in the format that people already understood. There's an inner clique of cool priests. Then there's an outer clique of pretty cool Jewish men. Then there's the Gentiles, then the women, right? Like that's just, he met them in the system they already had in order to exit them from the system. If he had just pulled them from the system, they would have been lost and they wouldn't have understood, right? And these parables are Jesus, again, being Emmanuel God with us in action, meeting people where they are in order to expand their vision to kingdom work and kingdom priorities. He's already moving, he's already working. And he's trying to say, you are welcome here. I will meet you in the lost son. I will meet you in the lost coin. I will meet you in the lost lamb and pull you to where you need to be. I was thinking about all the parables that Jesus taught over his ministry years. And the one with the prodigal son got me. So often I will put myself in the place of the prodigal son because I know that the Father is God. But baby, let's be real. Let's be real. I'm the older brother. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't run off and experiment with the world. I didn't run away from God. I didn't have a huge rebellion time. I know that I'm the black sheep. That's such a horrible phrase, but I'm the one that, I'm divorced and I'm the mom of 2 queer kids and blah, 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 blah. I'm the one that brings angst to the extended family. But I did not walk away from Jesus throughout any of it. Any of it. In fact, those are the things that have actually made me learn how to surrender and dig deep and stay in the kingdom family. I might have had to find a new branch of the kingdom family, but I stayed and I stuck with it because I was never left. No matter what God's children did, he was there. And I never lost that thing that made me want to stay with him. But then I look down my nose sometimes. I have a propensity. We all have susceptible sins. And I have a propensity for judgment. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. and I know my shortcomings and I'm working on them. I think a lot of the times it's not about the fact that we have shortcomings, it's about what we do with them, right? I have a shortcoming of speaking in full sentences, declarative sentences, instead of interrogative sentences. So my sentences have periods, full stops behind them, where the intention of the sentence is a question mark, but it does not sound to the listener like a question mark. It really doesn't. And so when I speak with full stop, period sentences and tone, others see me as arrogant. Others see me as thinking I'm a know-it-all. And that's the furthest thing. It's so far away from my head that I would know everything. No. Most of what I'm saying is questions with a question mark at the end. But I say it in such a way that it comes out with tone, um, as a period. And so when discussing things, it sounds like Marilyn's arrogant and she knows everything, and that's not the heart's intent. And when you know me, you know that's true. When you truly get to know me and you spend time with me and you know that about me. But it's hard for people that don't know me because that's my propensity, right? We all have a propensity, and I do have a propensity for judging others. Like, look at what happened with, and it was a lot worse when I was younger. Before the divorce and before the two queer kids and before my world turned upside down, right? Because when things are going well, it's like being the perfect parent before you have children. You don't know nothing yet, baby, right? And it's not nothing. You do know a lot, especially those of you that are trained in early childhood education and all of that. Like, you definitely don't need to have a airplane in your garage for you to be a pilot, right? Like, but when you're the perfect parent before you have children, that's what I'm trying to say. I would really look down on people, and I would look for, well, it's because they did dot dot dot. No, it's just life. And I know that now as a grown up because I've been places I never thought I'd want to be. But I'm the older brother in the story of the prodigal son. He was angry that the punk kid got a party. You know what? We were just so glad that the punk kid's home. And he's got a little of the punk rubbed off him because he's been places. And the older brother stood in judgment because he hadn't been places. He was having everything handed to him. So if you're struggling with some older brother syndrome today, open your eyes and see the punk kid, the black sheep of the family, the one that brings angst to the father, and understand he's welcome home. And don't get your nose out of joint just because there's a party and welcoming him. Allow Jesus to meet you where you are, whether you're in the pigsty of the younger brother or whether you're in the CEO position of the older brother. Jesus wants to meet you. He is Emmanuel, God with us, and not just at Christmas, but in Passion Week, even more so. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Know that I love you. Bye.